next level is called verbal association, because we are verbally associating syllables with the sounds that are already in our audiation. At the oral level, we teach students a basic vocabulary of words, and then when we get to the verbal association level, we need to label those sounds in our audiation. The things that we label at the verbal association level: we label contexts, tonalities, and meter. This is major tonality. So, la, sol, fa, mi, re, ti, do. Today I ended on do because do is the resting tone in major tonality. Mi, fa, mi, re, do, ti, si, la. Today I ended on la because la is the resting tone in minor tonality. So we're labeling these contexts for students. Do, day, do, day, do. In duple meter, the microbeats are do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day. What are the microbeats in duple meter? Do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day. So I just labeled duple meter. Do-da-dee-do, do-da-dee-do. In triple meter, the microbeats are do-da-dee, 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 do-da-dee. What are the microbeats in triple meter? Do-da-dee, 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 do-da-dee. In addition to labeling contexts, we label functions, tonal functions, aka harmonic functions, and rhythmic functions. We teach students that any combination of do, mi, so is major tonic, and any combination of sol, fa, re, ti is major dominant. Same thing in minor. Any combination of la, do, mi is minor tonic. Any combination of mi, re, ti, si is minor dominant. Rhythmically, we teach students the levels of the beat. That macro beats in duple meter are do, 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 and micro beats in duple meter are do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day. Same thing in triple meter. Macro beats in triple meter are do, 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 do. Micro beats in triple meter are do-da-dee, 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 do-da-dee. I don't know why I use a Transylvanian accent. So when we think back to skills, context, and content, content is functions and patterns. So the harmonic functions, major tonic, major dominant, minor tonic, minor dominant, and then the patterns would be examples of those functions. So do, mi, so mi, so do, mi, so do, and sol, fa, re, ti, re, fa, so. So we're teaching students patterns that exemplify these functions. Or do, day, do, day, do, day, do. Or do-da-dee, do-da-dee, do, do-da-dee, do. So at the verbal association level, we are vocabulary building. We are building students' musical vocabulary so that they have something to say for themselves. Tonal learning sequence activities at the verbal association level often look very similar to those of oral, with the exception that tonal solfege is added. Here I am introducing tonal LSAs to a rowdy bunch of 7th graders at various points in the voice change. The procedures for tonal patterns are exactly the same as the procedures for rhythm patterns. The gestures are the same. Bum, bum, bum. Everybody? Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. That's the difference, is there is a pause. Bum, bum, bum. We pause, we wait for Professor Mullen to give you the bum, bum, bum. I just professored myself, absolutely. Bum, bum. Pause, wait, breathe. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. How long is the pause? The pause is however long I care to make it. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Good, that was everybody. I'll keep the pause going as long as I feel it is necessary. But usually it's going to be like this. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. When one hand comes out, one person is going to perform. I'm going to pick on Julia because I know Julia can do it. Bum, bum. Everybody breathes, and the hammer of justice could come down on you. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Everybody. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Bum, bum,
Bum, bum, bum.
bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. For my LSAs, I use several graded series of familiar patterns in familiar order, as used in Jump Right In, the instrumental series. The repetition of the patterns and the predictable order helps us solidify harmonic functions in students' audiation. Do, mi, so. Do, mi, so. So, fa, re, ti. So, fa, re, ti. Do, so, do. Do, so, do. Tonal sequence number 1 is only 3 chords. Then I move on to tonal sequence number 2, which has 15 patterns, a great way to build vocabulary. Do, mi, so, do, ti, re, mi, do. These pattern videos can be found on my YouTube channel and are a great substitute for in-person LSAs. In addition, at the verbal association level, students have the opportunity to name or classify the pattern based upon its function before they echo it. So, do, tonic, ti, re. For younger students, Gordon suggests having them name the function of the pattern they hear before they actually echo it. Tonic, sol, re, sol, dominant. For choir, I use these patterns as part of my warm-up process. These very same patterns form the foundation of my sight reading curriculum once we get to symbolic association. Check out the Choral Musician series for one pathway through the skill learning sequence to music literacy. In my keyboard classes, these patterns become part of students' playing vocabulary, and eventually their reading vocabulary. My free solfege keyboard cards make it a breeze to play these patterns in any key. Check out my book Piano Patterns for a complete reading sequence for beginning piano students. Many tonal classroom activities at the verbal association level look very similar to oral classroom activities. However, syllables are added to label sounds in students' audiation. Teachers can find examples of the content, functions and patterns, in their classroom songs and show students where and what they are.
Kitchen driving me crazy. Shoo, fly, shoo. Flies in the peppercorns, flies in the salt cellar. Shoo, fly, shoo. Flies in the gummy bears, flies in the marshmallows. Shoo, fly, shoo.
Sing along with me. Teachers can also sing bass lines and label them with syllables.
1, 1, 5.
Check out my Singing Bassline series.
1, 1.
Label the tonic and dominant chords you play on a stringed instrument to reinforce the vocabulary you taught them in learning sequence activities.
That our 1 chord is any combination of do, mi, so. And that our 5 chord is any combination of sol, fa, re, ti. Well, here we are. We are in the key of D. The D chord is going to be our 1 chord. The D chord is going to be our do, mi, so chord. And the A is going to be our 5 chord, our sol, fa, re, ti chord.
Better. 1, 2.
Show function fingers for the songs that you're doing in your classroom.
Following the famous Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. And when they're up, they're up, and when they're down, they're down. And when they're only halfway up, they're neither up nor down. Woo! Ba-da-da-da-da, ya-da-da-da-da, bum-ba-da-da-da-da, bum-bum.
This song is in XYZ tonality because I'm audiating XYZ as the resting
So
tone.
today we're in Phrygian. The resting tone is Mi. Can we sing Mi? Good. Our two chord roots we have Mi, Re, Mi, sing. And in Phrygian tonality we call that 1, 7, 1, sing.
1, 7, 1.
Now do it on an ooh. Ya da 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 dum bum, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 dum bum, ba da 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 da. It's here 1 and 5. Here we go. Now it's here La and C. Now it's your Do and Re. It's your Mi and Mi. Keep going. La and C.
Wait for the gesture, take a breath, be my echo. Somewhere keep the microbeats going like this. Some patterns that we could see today. Do, day, do today to do.
Do, day, do.
You could see do today, do day to do.
Do today, do day to do.
Here we go. These are microbeats. Do today to do day, do today. Do. Today to do day, do. Today to do day, do today to do. Do today to do day, do today to do.
Do today, do day, do today to do.
Do today, do today, do. Do today, do today, do. Do to do today. Do to do today. Do today, do today, do. Do today, do today, do. So let's review macro.
Don't forget that, along with echoing patterns, you have to explain the necessary technical language and vocabulary to students.
Duple meter are do day.
These videos on my YouTube channel are helpful for remote students or for individualized review.
In language, we don't need this step because we can visually see the object or label it as a feeling or emotion. In music, we need an extra step to label and organize the sounds we hear.
In addition, at the verbal association level, students have the opportunity to name or classify the pattern they hear as well as echoing it. For younger students, before they echo division patterns, Gordon suggests having them say no if they hear a division or a t. If they hear a macro-micro pattern, they echo the pattern. Many rhythm classroom activities at the verbal association level look very similar to oral classroom activities as well. However, rhythm syllables are added to label sounds in students' audiation.
We put do's here, like on the side. So me first, do. Try not to rush. We put do days here. Do day. So the pattern do day, do would be do. Good.
Teachers can find examples of content, either functions or patterns, in the songs and chants, and show students where and what they are.
Today, have you got any candy for me? Tweedles, birds, and Tootsie Rolls, jaw breakers, lollipop, Reese's Pieces, Jolly Ranchers, double bubble gum, yum.
Hello, Mr. Candyman. I want you to hear that. Hello, Mr. Candyman. And ask yourself, am I hearing do hello, Mr. Candyman. Do today. How do you do today? Do today. Do today isn't actually, is a do today. You almost think that was on purpose. So hello, Mr. Candyman. Do today.
today? How do you do today? Do today.
Label the rhythmic functions you play on instruments to reinforce the vocabulary you taught them in learning sequence activities.
Whisper. Macro piece, and then do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day. Let's hear divisions. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day, do. We play on an A chord. Let's play the macro beats. Here we go. Do. Play the micro beats. Do, day. Play divisions.
Teachers can tell students what meter the song is and why. Because I'm audiating do-day as the microbeat, or do-da-dee as the microbeat.
Let me turn my thinking inside out and show you what I was audiating. As I was walking down the street, I was audiating do as the macrobeats, and as the microbeats I was audiating day do. And Ashley, when you're audiating do, are you into a four triple?
Put the beat in the feet and tell students what rhythm patterns or functions they are moving to in your classroom dances.
Rhythm. Do to da to D to do. Do. Do to da to D to do. Do. Could you say that for me? Do to da to D to do. Do. Again. Do to da to D to do. Do. Watch Baldwin. Do to da to D to do. Do. Do to da to D to do.
Music teacher interested in teaching from an audiation perspective? Then the faculty library may be just what you need. It has all of my patterns, tunes for teaching, and teacher videos all in one place. Scan the QR code or click below to find out how to take advantage of all the great resources for your classroom in the faculty library.